Thank you.
I can use some water.
It's like my favorite
Shower. So I go into the bathroom and I have to use the bathroom first, and there's somebody like banging on the door.
All right, hello, Van Gogh here. I am in Munson. Shaw's is the white building right back there. And it is Sunday, October the 6th. I'm just walking into town to get some dog food for Riley. I think I'll do another 8 pounds. And then I've already got my food straightened out. So I'll just get the dog food. I'm gonna get some cash. This is the general store right here. I didn't know they had a ice cream shop here. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool here. Ice cream. Munson General Scoops. Extra scoop, hand-packed pints, $6. That's not a bad price for hand-packed pints. Maine root beer, Moxie float. Pretty cool. Super berry acai. Oh, that's oat flavors. Very nice. All right. So this is Munson General Store. It's a pretty small town. Things are pretty close together, but they have some nice places here. We had breakfast earlier. One of the things I showed on the camera was after the main serving of pancakes, they serve a cairn of pancakes with the big pancakes at the bottom and then smaller pancakes at the top. So I think I'll look in the general store first here for dog food, and then there's also a gas station down there. Yeah, Munson General Store right here. All right, so I'm continuing my walk down Main Street. The general store is a very nice store. Very popular place. They have nice baked goods. They have a deli. Lots of stuff. That is Appalachian Trail Visitor Center right there. Today's Sunday, so I guess they're closed. This is the Lakeshore House, a nice pub in town with good food. I haven't eaten there myself, but I have heard they have good food. Antique store there called the Lily Cat Blue Barn, and there is anyway, so they did not have dog food. I checked in the Munson General Store. They had a section for dog food, but they're all out apparently. They had like wet dog food, but they didn't have dry dog food. So I'm gonna try my luck here at the gas station. I think this is the only other option here. But yeah, so I didn't really do a closeout video yesterday. My battery ran out when I was talking about possibly doing a hike after summiting on the way back. I was talking about, I just got the idea to do a hike from like Duncannon back to Harper's Ferry. I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse there because I really just need to focus on finishing the current hike, and then whatever comes after that, I can worry about that at that time. But yeah, we were able to get to Shaw's a little before 6 o'clock yesterday, and then I was able to give him a call at Main Route 15 to pick us up. And Riley and I got good dinner last night. I got to bed later than I wanted to, like really late. But that's just because there were so many. Anyway, I'll check in later here. And here's the second antique store, Blue Goose. So they did not have dog food at the gas station either. Hello. It feels so nice to just like walk around town on a flat street without any rocks or roots. I can move so fast. It's so nice. So I'm gonna go back to the general store and inquire if they have any dog food in the back. And if they don't, then I might ask the people at Shaw's if they have any dog food that they can sell me. Or I might have to get cat food if it comes to that. But anyway, so the breakfast was very nice. They had eggs. They start off with a plate of eggs, home fries, and bacon. And then they served blueberry pancakes. And orange juice and water. And I wasn't super hungry because I had so much food, but I mustered up enough hunger to eat my plate. And it was wonderful. So, all right, back at the general store here. So I'm back at the back at Shaw's here. This is kind of the main house here, and got my pack ready. Just waiting on. I'm gonna get the next shuttle out back to the trailhead. Riley's still inside here. This is the common area where Riley and I spent last night. So I'm back at the back at Shaw's here. This is kind of the main house here, and got my pack ready. Just waiting on. I'm gonna get the next shuttle out back to the trailhead. Riley's still inside here. This is the common area where Riley and I spent last night. It's okay, Riley.
Okay. Uncle well.
Did he say he needed to pee or something?
Yeah, I was supposed to.
Okay. Riley, it's okay, Riley. All right. It's okay, Riley. All right, we are entering the 100-mile wilderness here. Just got dropped off. Riley is so excited. Riley, it's okay, buddy. Okay, so Riley is just gung-ho right now. We are on our way in the 100-mile wilderness. Just past the sign a little ways back. We got dropped off from Poet and Hippie Chick still run the place. They owned the place when I hiked in 2018, and I learned from Poet on the ride back to the trailhead that they actually purchased the place in 2015. So this is, well, next year will be their 10th year owning the place. And Shaw's, the hostel, it's been in operation since I think at least the 70s. And it's called Shaw's because it was originally owned by Old Man Shaw, as Poet calls him. And then after he passed, I think he passed in 2004, the hostel changed ownership multiple times. But it's been in stable hands with Poet and Hippie Chick for the past 9 years. And just got my left foot drenched in mud a little bit. So the trail is starting off. Not too bad, but it's gonna get harder pretty soon. I've heard that the first 40 miles of the 100-mile wilderness, up through something called the Chairback Range, are rather difficult. And then after the Chairback Range, there's a pretty steep ascent and descent up and down a mountain called Whitecap, which is also difficult, but not too bad, because apparently there's lots of stone steps that you can use to help with the ascent and descent. But then after Whitecap, the trail does get very, very, very pleasant, and it's like very flat, and I think it kind of stays that way. Not the entire way, but most of the way up to Katahdin. So I'm prepared, mentally prepared for the next several days, while we do the first part of the 100-mile wilderness, to be difficult hiking days, and I'm not expecting anything easy. But just glad to be healthy, mostly healthy, and hiking, making progress. My left hamstring issue that I was talking about a couple days ago, I actually am not sure that it's my hamstring. It's kind of in the area where my hamstring is, but I think it's actually a little bit lower. I think it might just be like a muscle in the back part of my leg above my knee that I use whenever I'm going to demonstrate with my right leg. Whenever I like try to pull my, do this motion where I pull my foot behind my leg up towards my gluteus maximus. That's what I have trouble with on the left side. And fortunately, that's not a motion that I need to execute too often. I'm often able to hike without needing to execute that type of motion. But if I do need to execute that motion, I try to just slow my pace down and do something else so that I can avoid doing that with my left leg. But it doesn't seem like it's getting worse, at least. It seems like it's just going to take some time to fully heal up. I'm able to walk decently with it, but I do feel some lingering tightness. But given that I've been hiking with it for several days and it's not getting worse, that's definitely encouraging. Poet gave us a nice long talk after we arrived at the trailhead before we started. He did the same thing in 2018. He's very knowledgeable about the trail. He and Hippie Chick are really excellent hosts, and they do a wonderful job running the hostel. And you can really tell Poet just, he lives and breathes the trail, and he does a great job remembering everybody's names too. He made a point to, wish each of us well, and he didn't just say, "I wish all of you well." He spoke. He showed that he remembered what each of our trail names were, including Riley. So that's pretty cool. I was able to get dog food. I went back to the hostel and talked to Hippie Chick, and she said that she has dog food on site that isn't generally for sale, but they have plenty of dog food for their dog. and she was able to sell me some food for $3 a pound. So I bought 8 pounds, and that should be enough for Riley. I'm thinking we'll take either 8 or 8.5 days. Definitely could be longer. I mean, we'll just get through it whenever we're able to get through it. But I'm thinking, I'm just estimating that I think it might be possible to do the full 100-mile wilderness in 8 or 8.5 days. But we'll see. And I have plenty of food for myself, and a bunch of the food for myself that I have is also food that I can give to Riley if needed, to supplement his dog food if needed. One of the things Poet mentioned when he was seeing us off was that there's this place called Fourth Mountain Bog, which we might be getting to today, and he said that there's carnivorous plants there, like, I guess, underneath the bog, and he was like, make sure to look at those and check them out. And then I asked him a question. I was like, what do these plants eat? Do they just eat like insects? And he was like, yeah, and they eat hikers too. He was joking, I assume, but I had a good laugh at that. So he was like, be careful, don't fall in, or they'll eat the bottoms of your legs. So he wasn't joking about the fact that there are carnivorous plants, but I assume he was joking about them eating hikers. I'm not that gullible. So the other hikers that got dropped off with us are Pack Rat and a couple named Giggles and Lucky. Giggles is a girl, Lucky is a guy. And Pack Rat, I actually met him much earlier in the hike. I think the last time I saw him was in New York, near Bear Mountain State Park. And then I saw him again last night at the hostel. And there were actually a lot of people at the hostel last night, and I was thinking like I might be the only one there, or maybe just me and a couple other people, given how few people I've been seeing on trail. But there was probably like maybe like 10 people for breakfast this morning. There was also this girl named Princess who I had met. I was hiking with as we were approaching Gorham, New Hampshire. And she, the last time I saw her, she was getting off trail to go to a wedding, and she was going to take 5 zeros, and then she was going to plan to get back on trail when she got back. And she was like, I need to average 13 miles a day. And she has done that. So she was able to catch up to Riley and I, and get to Shaw's the same day we did. So she's doing quite well. Yeah, so it feels good to it was actually sprinkling a little bit in town when I was walking to the various stores, but it stopped sprinkling for now, so that's good. I hear there's supposed to be rain in the forecast for tomorrow and Wednesday. I'm sorry, tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, tomorrow and Tuesday. But there might also be rain in the forecast Wednesday and Thursday. But then supposedly the forecast is very pleasant for later this week. So we'll see what happens. The weather will do what it does. At least today it's not raining, and we'll just try to enjoy the day. All right, I think the first lean-to of the 100 Mile Wilderness is right up there, but we just got to go down here over the brook and past Grandma's house and try not to slip here. Hold up, buddy. I've already slipped and fell backwards on my pack like 3 times. Riley, hold up. Stay there. Almost, buddy. It's not wet. It's not, the rocks aren't slick, but my shoes are getting worn out and they're losing their grippiness. So I have to be extra cautious. Riley, wait up, buddy. Hold up. Oh, I know, Riley. Riley, wait. Dude, wait up. This requires caution, Riley. Hold up. Okay. Hold up, Riley. All right, you can go first, Riley. Go ahead. Riley, wait. There you go, Riley. There you go, buddy. There you go. There you go, Riley. Whoops. Good job, Riley. Hold up, Riley. Hold up. It's okay, Riley. It's okay. Hey, we're almost there, Riley. I think we heard people. There might be people at the lean-to. Riley is excited about that. Hold up, Riley. Hold up, buddy. Hold up. Hold up, Riley. Hold up. All right, so Riley and I are back on trail hiking again. We got to that first lean-to. I'm not sure what the name of it is. I didn't check it. But Pack Rat and Lucky and Giggles were all there having a snack break, and Riley and I just sat down to join them. So it was a nice break, and then while we were sitting there, another hiker named Rama showed up. He said he's a section hiker. He said he hiked up Katahdin yesterday, and now he's starting the 100 Mile Wilderness northbound. And he took a short break as well, but he was the first to continue on. The other 3 are taking their sweet time back there, taking a nice long break. And so when Rama continued on, I was like, well, this might be our ticket to continuing on. Right, hold up, buddy, hold up. Like, I'm not in a rush or anything, but it just felt like we took a perfectly long break, and it was actually getting a little chilly, so I was ready to continue on. Riley, plus, I mean, we got off to a late start today already. Riley, hold up. Calm down, dude. Riley is very excited to catch up to Rama, who's not even a dog person. But anyway, I was saying we already got off to a late start from the hostel today, and it gets dark so early that I feel like there's no need to take excessively long breaks. We haven't gotten to the particularly hard part of the 100-mile wilderness yet. We just have like these ups and downs and rocks and roots to deal with. But I think the particularly hard part is still, we're getting close to it, but we're not quite there yet. All right, so Riley and I were just walking along on the trail here, going this way, and Riley stopped right here, and there was this bag here. It was just like, it had this, it was closed up like this. It had this little twist tie on it, and Riley was very curious about what was in this bag. It was just lying here. Like, this shouldn't be here. This is not wilderness stuff. But it so happened that it was just lying here, and the bag's kind of wet, so it's probably been out here for at least a few days, possibly weeks, I don't know. But Riley was very interested, and so I decided to, I mean, it's not dog poop, so I decided to open it up, and it looks like it's either dog treats or some type of beef jerky. It's like dried meat, I think. And I've given Riley 2 pieces of it so far, and he loves it. So I think Riley found himself some trail magic here. And I'm gonna be a good Samaritan and pick it up so it's not littering the wilderness area. And I'll give Riley 1 more piece right here. And this will be Riley's here for the rest of the hike. Good job, Riley. I'll just carry it in my pocket here. All right, good job, Riley. So I believe we are at Little Wilson Falls right now. I believe so, Riley. And I think like this is the falls here. And we can get right up close to them. But we gotta figure out how to cross here. I think the crossing is best done over here. And it looks like the other 3 guys are setting up their tents. Pack Rat, Lucky, and Giggles. Alright, so how do we do this, Riley? How do we do this? What is the best way? Oh, I think it might be best to go this way, Riley. Hold up, buddy. Hold up. Hold up, Riley. And it's going to be tough to extract Riley from leaving that campsite where all those people are. Alright. So I think we can just kind of go across here. This is probably the best way. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, Riley. Riley, come here. Get on this guy. And let's... This is kind of tricky, but Riley, let's get on this guy. Come on. Good boy, Riley. Good job. Let's see. We can sort of stand on this guy. Hold up, buddy. Almost. And now we can go here. And let's get across here, Riley. Good boy. Hold up, buddy. All right, well done, Riley. Didn't even get my feet wet. All right, hello again. Van Gogh and Riley here. So we crossed the falls a while back, and I showed our crossing, and then I couldn't see where the trail continued. So I was like, well, maybe the trail just goes right through that campsite. So we walked to the campsite and said hi to Lucky and Pack Rat. They both had their tents already set up, and I asked them if they knew where the trail went, and they were like, they weren't sure. And Pack Rat was nice. He got his phone out. I mean, I could have done the same thing, but he got his phone right out and opened his Far Out app to try to figure out where it went. And then he got the idea that we didn't even need to cross. And it turns out that's actually the case. So there's the campsite on that other side of the falls, but the trail actually just stayed on the side that we were already on. So we didn't even need to cross. So we ended up crossing back, and we found a better way to cross back where it was, we didn't need to take large steps. It was just easy to walk on the rocks. And had I opened the icon for Little Wilson Falls on my Far Out app, I could have read a little closer, and I would have realized that the trail indeed does parallel the falls downhill. Hold up, buddy. I'm sorry, I just stepped on his paw. Light step. And there was another northbound hiker who came up on us right as we were getting back to the previous point on the trail. And he was like, "Are you a southbound hiker?" Because that's the direction that we were going in. And I clarified the situation, and he was like he was of the mindset that he needed to cross as well. That's just kind of the normal thing to do when you get to a water crossing like that. And the blazes were okay, but it was not super obvious that you did not need to cross. Anyway, we've figured it out, and we're on the right track here. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but when I got picked up by Poet yesterday, when we got to the main Route 15 trailhead, he was telling me that I have plenty of time to get to Katahdin, and that he doesn't think the Baxter State Park is going to close until like the 22nd, but I mean, he did reiterate that it is weather dependent. So if it's weather dependent, which basically means that it's dependent on whenever the first like snowfall on top of Katahdin is, whenever that occurs, they kind of deem it unsafe to go hiking. And so I think that's when they close the mountain down. But they might, I guess if it's taking a long time for, all right, what do we got here? Little Wilson Falls Access Trailhead. Calm down, Riley. North and south. Okay. Let's go north. Anyway, so I'm not totally clear. It's still confusing, like how things are done in terms of when Katahdin is closed to hiking and when it's not. Different people have different opinions. But Poet was of the opinion that it's not likely to close until closer to the 22nd of October. In which case, but I mean, he doesn't know when the first snowfall is going to occur. Right? Nobody knows. It could happen today. Who knows? I don't know. But I feel like Poet knows what he's talking about. And so that relieves some pressure. If I am to trust him, that does relieve some pressure from me. I mean, I was already thinking that it wasn't likely that they're going to close on the 15th. I think when I get to Baxter State Park and I get to the ranger station at Katahdin Stream Campground, if there's time, I can talk to the ranger and ask him or her for clarification on the topic. But anyway, all this goes to all I'm saying here is that I don't feel like super stressed out about hiking, you know, a certain amount of miles in a day just to ensure that we get far enough so that I can summit on the 15th or sooner. I feel like basically my goal is to just hike a normal day each day. If I want to night hike, I'm free to do that, but I shouldn't feel the pressure to night hike if I don't want to or I don't feel comfortable doing it. I just want to hike what feels good to me, enjoy the hike, work up a good appetite during the day, take whatever breaks we need, and then get to a beautiful place to either set up our tent or to a shelter, lean-to, and have a wonderful dinner each night, every day. And that's wonderful. So that's my goal. So we don't have to hike, you know, super big miles. But I'm not gonna like purposely like go slow. Just do what's comfortable. But also, you know, try to challenge ourselves. And as long as we can work up a good appetite so that we're hungry and we enjoy our dinner each night, I feel like that's a good strategy. And here's a beautiful campsite too. So one thing that's on my mind, since, you know, this is my channel and Riley's channel, I guess, is keep getting feedback that I should make my videos shorter. Got the feedback from my mom last night that I should try to make my videos shorter. And Riley, calm down. All right, I think this is where we need to cross now. Yeah, we crossed down at the bottom here. Anyway, so with regard to that feedback, you know, it's not just my mom that's given me the feedback. I've gotten the feedback from at least one other person. And it kind of bothers me because I don't really know what to do with that suggestion. Because it's not like I go into each day planning how long my video is going to be. I just turn the camera on whenever I feel like it and talk. Riley, dude, will you calm down? I just talk, you know, about stuff that's going through my head. And right now, this is what's going through my head. It's been going through my head today. All right, let's try to cross this here, Riley. Riley, you gotta calm down, man. Just calm down. All right, so we are across now. That's good. Yeah, so continuing with my thought here. Yeah, it's not like I plan a particular amount of time for each day's video. I just take various individual videos. Calm down, dude. And, they just accumulate to whatever it accumulates to each day. So, if it's too long, and I feel like, I could, if I did make the videos shorter, people could still complain about any number of things. They could complain that the videos aren't interesting, or I'm not focusing on things that they're interested in, or they don't like how my voice sounds, or any number of things. But all I'm trying to do is provide a real experience of what the AT is like. And if people don't want to watch it, that's their choice. That's fine. Do what you want to do, Everyone should do what they want to do. And if people don't want to watch the videos, that's totally fine. Totally fine. I'm not upset at all. And Riley's not upset. So, the only reason I'm talking about this is because this is it's not part of the physical hike, but it's part of what I'm thinking about while I'm on trail right now. And so, if it's part of what I'm thinking about, I might as well talk about it. And try to, I kind of use these videos as my own therapist and just talk through what's going through my head. So I don't want to let it, bother me too much or more than it needs to. But at the same time, you can't really control what bothers you so easily. Sometimes things just bother you. I know. And things bother Riley. We're not moving right now, and he wants to move, so we should get moving. So perhaps this helped me to just talk through my thoughts. And we're gonna get moving again. At least we're on the trail. So I think we've done about close to 7 miles on the day, maybe a little bit less. And I think there's a lean-to called Little Wilson Lean-to in about 3 miles or so, maybe a little more. So that is a reasonable target to get to by the end of the day. I have a feeling it's going to be getting close to dark or already dark by the time we get there. But hopefully we can get there at least without, having to hike too much in the dark. And at the same time, it is, I don't know, there's clouds overhead, it's not raining. We could potentially choose to hike in the dark and go even further if we want to. So the night is our oyster. We will make of it however we choose to. Mr. Riley, I think we got our first kind of nice view of the day. But look at the sky. All clouds. All clouds. Very ominous. Riley, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Someone should tell me that it's okay. If Riley is whining, he can whine. And it's okay if he whines. I fail to recognize that so often. I just get so anxious when he starts whining. But it's okay. It's okay. He can whine. So we've been walking across these rock slabs for a little while. And so we've just had lots of views like this. Poet, when he was driving us to the trailhead this morning, he made a point of saying we picked a good time to hike through this area because we're in what he referred to as peak fall foliage. And it's not even sunny right now, but the colors are very nice to see. All the yellows and reds and greens and I guess oranges. So, okay. I guess Riley's making his point here. All right, we're going, Riley. All right. Good evening. Riley and I have ended the hiking day. We are in our tent now, so I just want to close out the day. Today is, again, Sunday, October the 6th, and it was day 157 of our hike. And we are just south of the crossing of Thompson Brook. There's been lots of water sources on trail. It's probably possible to hear the gushing of the water close by. We're very close to the water access right now, so I was able to fill up on water here, even though we're not very thirsty because it's not very hot out. We're at mile 2091.9, and we started the day at main route 15, which was 2082.7. So we hiked a total of 9.2 miles today. But it's not really about the miles at this point. We have plenty of time to get to Katahdin, assuming it doesn't close on the 15th, which I don't think is likely. By the time we got here, it was basically dark, so I felt good about the effort we put in today. We used up basically all the light we had. Did get off to a little bit of a late start just because we were finishing things up at the hostel, organizing our pack. We got the second ride to the trailhead. There was a group that left shortly after breakfast was finished. But I was not part of that group because I needed to hunt down dog food for Riley and organize my pack a bit. So it was good to get some extra time this morning. The hiking today was pretty pleasant. We had some uphills, we had lots of rocks and roots, some muddy stretches, but we also had lots of pretty trail, lots of pine needles, lots of places. Even though it was rocky, I mean, not super rocky, but even though there were lots of roots, there's still lots of places to put your foot on soft ground. Several campsites. Like I didn't feel like we were ever super far from a campsite. And this is the home stretch, so just trying to savor every bit of it and enjoy our time out here. So I think it's about getting close to 8 p.m. now. I'm gonna feed Riley and we have plenty of food to last us. Like, even if we have to spend like 10 days in the 100-mile wilderness, I feel like we have enough food where we won't be in jeopardy or anything. So I feel good about our food situation. That was one of the things I wanted to accomplish at Shaw's. But Shaw's is just like kind of like an obligatory stop. It's like almost part of the trail. Like, I wouldn't want to miss Shaw's. It's like part of the trail experience. There's probably other hostels that you could say that as well, but Shaw's is just a very historic hostel since it's been there so long, and it's still run very well. So it's just because it's been there so long that makes it historic, but it's also a top-notch hostel, for lack of a better term or phrase. So yeah, I was glad to be able to spend the night there yesterday, and feels good to be in the 100-mile wilderness now. And like I said earlier, I just want to put in good effort each day and not rush through it. Because when it's over, it's over. So just try to enjoy every bit of it. I did get a new book. So I decided to not finish Invisible Stanley, which I started. But I left the Firm book and Invisible Stanley on the bookshelf at Shaw's, and I picked up a book that I didn't think they would mind me picking up. It's not a hiking book. It's a very lightweight paperback, and it looked like someone had just left it there. So it's The Silence of the Lambs, and the author is someone I've never heard of before. It's by a guy named Thomas Harris. I've never heard of him as an author before, but he wrote The Silence of the Lambs, that the movie was based off of, and I've seen the movie several times and enjoyed watching the movie with Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, and I think it'll be a fun book to read. I'm sure I won't finish it before the end of the hike, but I can get started, and I think I'll enjoy it. So looking forward to starting that tonight. And yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to say. Tomorrow we actually in a half mile we're gonna get to, I believe, Big Wilson Creek or Big Wilson Stream, and that is something that we're gonna have to ford, and we're probably gonna get my feet wet. And there is, I remember this from last time, there's like a rope that's goes across the length of the stream or the river that's secured to, I guess, 2 trees on either side that you can use to help balance yourself. So that was another reason I was happy to stop here, because I feel like this will be a somewhat challenging ford, and it'll be good to do it in the daylight tomorrow. So yeah, something to look forward to, or just worry about. Probably worry about until we get through it tomorrow. All right, so that's all I have to say for now. Yeah, hope everyone is doing well, and we'll say goodnight. All right, bye for now.